Hey, Browns fans, it's time to gear up for a pain-free 2022 NFL season for your Cleveland Browns with new friends of the show, Buckeye Law Group. If you've been injured in a car accident, a slip and fall, a work accident, or even if you've been buried into the ground by Myles Garrett or stiff-armed by Nick Chubb, you need to call Buckeye Law Group today at 1-800-411-PAIN. Their attorneys will fight for the money you deserve. Buckeye Law Group's attorneys have recovered over $1 billion for their clients throughout the entire country. So don't make the mistake of calling just any other attorney. Call attorneys you can trust, and best of all, they're Browns fans just like you. Call our friends from Buckeye Law Group at 1-800-411-PAIN. After 911, call 411. That's 1-800-411-PAIN. 1-800-411-7246. That's Buckeye Law Group, located at 1300 East 9th Street, Suite 1210 in Cleveland, Ohio. Buckeye Law Group, proud fans of the Cleveland Browns just like you.
You're listening to the Dawgs Podcast. The Browns season has been nothing short of frustrating and underachieving thus far. Shortcomings on the defensive side of the ball and miscues on special teams have plagued the Browns' chances of jumping out to an early lead in the AFC North. Career journeyman and backup Jacoby Brissett, barring a few miscues, has the Browns' offense firing on all cylinders. Can the Browns solve their problems on the defensive side of the ball and salvage their season in preparation for the return of Deshaun Watson? Stay tuned to find out. The Dawgs Podcast starts now.
Welcome to the Dawgs Podcast with your hosts, Blake Reneker, Justin Charles, John Nye, and Josh All.
What's up, Browns fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Dawgs Podcast. If you want to get your intro in the show, go to jointhedawgs.com. No, I lied. Just thedawgspodcast.com. Tap leave voicemail in the drop-down menu. I got my URLs on.
Yeah, you sure did.
Huge shout out to Jason for that intro. It sounded like he was the guy who does voiceovers for dramatic movie trailers.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like.
Awesome.
It was awesome.
That was one of the coolest ones we've ever gotten. So that was awesome. We appreciate that. Today we're going to get into the matchup with the Patriots. Could be a tough game, and by could be, I mean they're going to run all over us. Before we get into it, though, I want to remind you to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Tap the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. Make sure you can also find us on Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts if you prefer to just listen. Lastly, if you're looking for more Dawgs content, head to jointhedawgs.com. Become an official Dog Pack member on our Patreon page. Patreon has a lot of fun in there. Extra episode every week. We got a private Discord for the Patreon members, so there's a ton of people in there talking on game day. You get an extra episode every week. Game day threads in the Patreon. It's just a ton of fun. Justin got to meet a Patreon member up at the game.
It was a very fun time.
On Saturday. It's just super cool. John, the other host, and he's not here today. We went to a game with a Patreon member last year. She's from California. That was a ton of fun. So just getting to meet cool people from basically all around the world. It's a good time in there. So if you're looking for more content, you want to meet more Browns fans, jointhedawgs.com, become an official Dog Pack member. So today we want to talk about our upcoming matchup with the Patriots. I did not add the Patriots as being a super good team coming into this year, and I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think they're great. But that being said, they are going to most likely run for 600 to 700 yards against us.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's going to be definitely part of it, but tell me if you've heard this story before. The Cleveland Browns play a backup quarterback and just things fall off the wheels and they end up looking just absolutely spectacular. This week, we're most likely playing Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, he didn't have a terrible game against the Lions. 17 of 21, 188 yards, one touchdown, one pick. Basically, he just did what they needed him to do because they ran the crap out of the ball.
Yes.
I'm looking at the box score because of their game this past weekend because I feel like the Lions' defense is pretty awful, so that's pretty comparable to the Browns.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
it's terrible.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, so Damien Harris, the Patriots have two really good running backs, that they use. They got Damien Harris, they got Rhamondre Stevenson. And I don't know what you guys think, but I feel like the worst thing that could happen for the Browns going into this week was Damien Harris got hurt.
Yeah,
because Rhamondre Stevenson tore us up last year.
And he's a big physical, bruising back.
He's the type of back. I mean, he had 25 carries for 161 yards, average 6.4 carry. He's going to crush us. And the thing is, he's the type of running back that when he gets that full head of steam, he gets that momentum going. You know, he gets in a rhythm. Very hard to stop, and he's going to get pretty much all the work.
Yep. I think another thing you have to look into is, as bad as Detroit's defense is, they're the number one offense in all of football, and they got blanked by the Patriots.
Yeah.
Goose.
So I know our offense has been humming. That being said, it could be a tougher day for the offense out there. I mean, Bill Belichick is the greatest defensive coach ever.
Yep.
You know, greatest coach ever. So he's going to have a way to – I mean, Amari Cooper's probably not going to have a good game.
I wouldn't count on it.
You know what I mean? Mark Cooper's probably not going to have a good game. It's going to be tough sledding in the run game, I think. I know Kevin Stefanski's going to have to – he's going to have to be on his game in terms of scheming up runs and stuff like that. It's going to be a chess match between those two. The defense is going to have to figure it out. Because I just don't know if we're putting up 30 on these guys. I just don't know if we're doing
It's going to be tough because, like you said, the Lions were the highest scoring offense, and they didn't put up a single point.
They got some studs.
It's very
they got studs
worrisome.
on defense. Judon, I've seen Judon I've watched them play twice. Judon's everywhere. Mm-hmm. He is everywhere. Just super disruptive. So, I mean, if I was going to put
Matt Wilson.
No. If I was going to put any kind of stock into this game for the Browns where there's going to be optimism, I would have to put it in the offense. But to say that I'm not nervous going against the defense would be an understatement.
And here's the thing that sucks is that you mentioned this when we started is we're about to play in a quarterback making his second career start who played in the MAC.
Yeah.
And I'll bet my house we don't sack him.
Probably not.
If we do the same, if we don't send any pressure, if we only send 4 guys for the entire game, you're probably right.
Well, I mean, how many times do we do this? I've lost track of how many times we've gone into a game going, oh, it's a young rookie quarterback. Let's pressure him. Oh, they got a bad left tackle this game. Let's pressure him. Oh, they're banged up here. And we never take advantage of that. One time in my life, the Bears.
Yeah.
Last year.
It actually worked out.
Where they had a bad O-line and a rookie quarterback, and we took advantage of it. Other than that, a lot of times it's the opposite, like Justin said.
Yeah. Remember, this isn't just a rookie quarterback. It's not their backup rookie quarterback. It's the third-string rookie quarterback. Bill Belichick's going to have this kid. He's not going to be dropping back for 5 seconds in the pocket trying to hit deep passes. It's going to be, if he throws, drop back, quick pass, short. We're not going to sack him. You're right. We're not going to sack him.
And I would be he threw 21 passes against the Lions. He might not hit 20 against us.
Marcus Mariota needed 7 completions to lead his team to victory against us.
Correct.
This kid will be okay.
So what do the Browns do then to stop the run this week? Well, one,
I know. I know. Can we send some pressure, please? Can we send somebody? Send the house. Do all of it. Greg Williams, get in somebody's head and just send the house, baby.
So I don't know if you guys watched. Our interior defensive linemen get driven back. It's like 8 yards.
Yeah.
I'm almost tempted if I was the defensive line coach to say, hey, every snap, just pick a gap and nosedive into it and lay down. At least you'll make a pile in the hole so the linebackers can come up and fill. At least you're not getting driven 8 yards back into the linebacker's lap. It's hard to make a tackle if you're a linebacker, if you're looking around 2 humongous 6'4" guys getting pushed into your lap. I mean, I can't believe I watch NFL players just be on roller skates for 4 quarters. It is terrible. I don't know if Andrew Berry's done making moves. There could potentially be a new D tackle for this game.
Hopefully there's a new D coordinator for this game.
I don't think that's happening.
I don't think so either. But
do you know how bad Phillips had to play on Sunday for Andrew Berry to not even go home? He just watched the film after the game and was like, I got to get a new linebacker. And he made a same day of a game trade. 8 hours later, he watched this film and was like, well, crap.
Well, and he didn't just trade he traded for a guy who was on IR.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty.
You know what I mean? So how I want to get the all 22 and watch it. That's how bad they played. Where he didn't even go home. He called the wife and was like, hey, don't wait up. I had to find a linebacker.
Yeah.
Because I can't watch this for another week. So there could potentially be more moves coming. I would keep an eye out on that. It's only Monday, so we'll see.
The NFL action is in full swing here at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. We're talking touchdowns, big plays, and even bigger wins. New customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. And if that's not enough, everyone can boost their winnings with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Right now, for every leg you add, you can boost your winnings up to 100%. With payouts bigger than ever, why bet on football anywhere else? To make things even sweeter, you can throw down on stepped-up same-game parlays once per game day all season long. So go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use promo code TPPN to get $200 in free bets if your team wins when you place a $5 bet on any football game. That's code TPPN only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
From tailgate parties to busy weeknights, the flavor experts at OMAHA Steaks have made it easy to savor all the flavors of fall. With their mouth-watering assortments of perfectly aged steaks, ultra-juicy burgers, and easy-to-prepare comfort meals that are ready in a flash. Right now, take advantage of 50% off site-wide by shopping their semi-annual sale. This sale only happens twice a year, and it's on now with 50% off delicious customer favorites. And when you use promo code DAWGS at checkout, take an additional $30 off of your order. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter DAWGS at checkout, and stock up on fall flavor today. Omaha Steaks is perfect for those chilly and busy fall nights with entrees ready before the kids can say what's for dinner. And don't forget to use the promo code DAWGS at checkout to score an extra $30 off your order. Omaha Steaks isn't just steak. It's the best steak of your life. Guaranteed. That's omahasteaks.com. Promo code DAWGS at checkout. Minimum order may be required. Now let's get back to the show.
I just don't know what we can do defensively at the interior to prevent that. The only thing I can think is let's move Miles and Jadeveon around a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit of like they say it's not the X's and O's, it's the Joes and the Hoes or whatever it is.
I don't know if that's how they say that.
But you know what I mean? But we don't have the Joes in the interior.
Right.
And I think Joe Wood should be fired also. I think he's terrible. That being said, when you have the two worst defensive tackles in football, there's not much you can do.
No, there isn't. So,
and then when behind him is one of the worst linebackers in football. So it's just like the Bermuda Triangle of suck.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I don't know if 1 week is quick enough to figure out what to do unless it's a personnel change.
I mean, we've seen these running backs gouge us week in and week out. I mean, Caleb Huntley.
Yeah.
We got practice squad guys for the Falcons just tearing us apart. I mean, Stevenson is going to feast.
I mean, when we drafted, like when AB drafted all these guys like Phillips, we said, oh man, we're building for speed. We literally get bullied so badly. We get pushed around.
And our speed doesn't matter when they get there and they miss the tackle.
Yeah,
right.
But arm tackles.
Also,
I saw so many bad arm tackles on
terrible.
Sunday that I was just like...
Taki missed a lot.
And I think arm tackle to me is because they're late getting to the right spot. So then they're lunging. And they're late getting there because...
They're in the wrong position.
They're in the wrong spot. And they're in the wrong spot because the scheme sucks or because there's miscommunication because they aren't coached properly. It all goes back to one thing.
Sure does.
So...
And we can't fire the players.
Correct.
These are our players for this year. That's the one thing, too. Like, well, the players aren't doing their jobs. Well, let's find somebody that will make the players do their jobs.
Because we have good players. That's the thing. Like, our defensive roster is pretty cool. It's nice to look
It's loaded with
on paper.
Top-end draft picks and big money.
Yeah.
Ward's one of the highest-paid corners. Miles is one of the highest-paid edge rushers.
Yep.
Like, we put money on that side of the ball.
And just heads up, really good chance Denzel Ward does not play on Sunday.
Yeah, what was his problem?
He's got a concussion. It's his third one in like 2 years. So he's probably, I wouldn't be surprised, especially with the new protocols that they're doing, that he sits multiple weeks, 3 games.
I'm sure we've got other guys who can blow coverages out there. And
here's the thing. Like, Greedy is probably supposed to come back. So if he gets out there, I'm excited about that. I didn't think Emerson looked bad on Sunday. I thought he had a couple of really nice plays, and to me, like, so if you're going to put Greedy, Newsome, Emerson out there, AJ Green really hasn't had a lot of run, but you would think that if Ward's out that he probably is going to get some. Would I love to have Denzel Ward out there? Absolutely. Absolutely. But, I mean, I'm not like, oh, hey, we're going to lose the game based on our corners are terrible. I think it's kind of a next man up philosophy. It's just the philosophy is garbage.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the problem.
So I think we got to try to keep them off the field, which is going to be tough because they're going to be trying to keep us off the field. So it's because they're going to have the same game plan. They're going to run the ball, try to control the clock, keep the ball out of Bailey Zappi's hand, stay above the chain so he doesn't have to throw on 3rd and long, all that good stuff. It's the same thing we're trying to do. We're trying to keep Jacoby out of 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 9s. We're trying not to make him throw 45 times. We're trying to put the ball in Chubb's hands. So both teams, I feel like, are going to have the same philosophy coming into this game. The difference is they have a good defense. They held Detroit to 3.7 yards per carry. Detroit can run the ball. Now, I know DeAndre Swift didn't play.
Jamal Williams is a dog.
But Jamal Williams is still a good running back.
Yeah.
And he only averaged 3.7 yards, 15 carries for 56 yards. He's nowhere near Nick Chubb, they're nowhere near the run game that we are. But I just think it's going to be tough. It's just going to be a tough, fight it out, close game. And if the Browns want a shot to win this game, they're going to have to figure out something up the middle. I don't care if you got to do double A-gap blitz all freaking game. Just do not let him run for 300 yards.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be, I'm guessing it's going to be a low-scoring, quick game, probably be the first one on that 1 o'clock slate to be over because it's going to be a lot of running. The clock's going to run a lot.
I agree.
Man, if it comes down to a Cade York field goal to win the game,
redemption.
That kid's confidence has got to be. I mean, I think the missed field goal at the end of the first half,
Where
carried
is this
over.
game?
Cleveland.
It's in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I would not have him. He would have a cot at First Energy, and he would not be at Berea. There's no need for him to practice at Berea.
Yeah, you're right.
No, he would be kicking in that stadium. I would be going to big-ass fans and getting some fans, and I'd be setting up like 8 on the field and making windstorms, tornadoes. I don't know if scientifically this is doable, but I would be doing
possible, Blake.
whatever I got to do to make it tough on this kid. That way, when he goes into the game, it's easier.
Yeah.
And I'd be blaring music. I'd put dubbies on ladders in front of him. I'd be doing anything to make it tough.
Blindfold him.
Yes. Yeah. Kicking him in the nuts.
Oh, my God.
Make your kicks, Cade.
But he would not be in Berea. We know he can make field goals at the practice facility.
Yeah.
I want to see it. He needs to be at the stadium, making them there. Those sight lines, that wind. Don't let him out. You're going to sleep here for the week.
I'd be good with that.
So,
good idea.
But yeah, that's in a nutshell. I know this isn't very long, but to me, that's essentially what it's going to come down to. And we got to tackle better. We have to
play
better.
defense.
Yep.
A hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
We cannot. This is a running football team. And right now, the weakness for the Browns is the running. Doesn't bode well. Can we win? Yes, but it's going to – somebody on that defensive side of the ball is going to have to take ownership and step up and say, we're not letting them do this. We're freaking men too. And we're not going to let them just line up and bully us for 4 quarters.
Man, it would just be awful to be sitting 2-4, and we've only played one legitimate starting franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Well, when you put it like that,
it's rough, right?
it's very rough.
Could you imagine if we're 2-4 and the QBs we've lost to are Baker Mayfield, Joe Flacco?
We didn't lose to Baker.
No. Oh, no.
We did not.
Yeah, we tried to.
We tried to.
Joe Flacco, Marcus Mariota, and Bailey Zappi, and then obviously Herbert. That's a real quarterback.
Right.
But those other 3, oh, my God.
We have some real quarterback. Josh Allen, I don't even want to talk about the Bills right now. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought that up.
That game.
Wow, man. He had what, 300 was it?
He had
400 yards?
He had 440
in the first
and 4
half.
touchdowns at halftime.
Yeah.
At halftime?
At halftime.
It was ridiculous.
John was playing in like our friends league. He was playing against Gabe Davis, and he looked and he's like, "Jesus, how did I get down so quickly?" And we looked, and Gabe Davis had 39 points, and it was like 2 minutes in, and we looked at the clock and it was like 13 minutes to go in the first quarter. And I was like, Jesus Christ, bro. It wasn't that bad. I mean, it was like probably damn near the end of the first quarter, but I'm like, oof, that's tough to come back from, man.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, we'll keep this one short and sweet. Not just going to keep repeating ourselves. Let us know in the comments what you guys think the Browns need to do to come away with a win this week. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to say, stop the run.
Yes.
But if you got something else, let us know what you think. If you guys want another episode, jointhedogs.com, become an official Dog Pack member. Check out the After Hours episode this week. It's going to be a good one. Going to get to some more fan voicemails in there. Hopefully we will see you guys next week with the Browns being back at 500 at 3-3. If we're at 2-4, God help us all. Until then, try to stay positive. See you guys later.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dawgs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at the Dawgs Podcast. Get your thoughts on the show at thedogspodcast.com.